Welcome, Stache, to another episode of Stache Sports. Man, the Pittsburgh Penguins really need to get their act going and start playing a lot better. The last game they played really bad, and it was not good hockey for the Pittsburgh Penguins. When this team has one of the most points for any team, for Penguins has the most points, or can score the most points for any Penguins team in quite a while. Now they're going to Philadelphia tonight, and they're down 2-0. That's not good. They need to bounce back, or it might not look good if they go down 3-0. They really need to win tonight's game. Really need Crosby to start playing a lot better. Crosby hasn't been playing good recently either. I mean, even though I give Stuart Skinner the goaltending problem, Stuart Skinner has been doing good. I mean, he was the difference maker in some of these games, but our offenses need to get going. We only scored two goals on Saturday night and lost 3-2 or whatever it was, but we need to get our scoring going. We need to get more pucks on net tonight. We really didn't have that many pucks on net in the first period, and that's really helped hinder the Penguins. Is when they didn't have all those nets, when they didn't have all those pucks on net, it really helped hurt them, and they weren't able to move. They weren't able to move it a lot, but hopefully they can get back tonight in Philadelphia. I mean, they need to start playing like they have spirit, and they want to be there. Philadelphia is looking like, even though I don't like Philadelphia at all, they're looking a lot like the younger team too, and looking like they want it more than the Penguins. But the Penguins want to win. They need to keep winning it. Or they need to play a lot better. But we'll see. Hopefully the Steelers Penguins can play better. Excuse me, I'm thinking about the draft, but that's in a couple of days. But hopefully the Penguins can play better, because they need to play a lot better. They changed their lineups a little bit, but they still have Stuart Skinner goaltending. I mean, Stuart Skinner wasn't bad, but he needs to be on his A game tonight too, and he needs to have some offense for the Penguins. That's what they missed a lot. They got no goals. That's pretty bad to lose 2-0 at home to your rivals. And when you have the most points, you need to keep scoring. What happened to this team is that a lot of people think on the radio and all these sports calls think that the Penguins might be doing bad, or might not be doing good, because they ended up resting a couple of the players a few weeks ahead. They rested the players a few games and didn't play some of their stars because they knew they were going to be in the playoffs regardless of what happened, and they weren't going to move up or move down, so they rested some of their players. Some people think that could have been a bad decision by Dan Muse. I don't know, but I know they need to get going tonight, and they don't need to start off slow, or when it's not going to be looking good, and the playoffs hopes might be dwindled if they can't win tonight. Tonight's a pivotal game. They need to go out for A game and need to play like they did in the games they've had to win this year. They looked really good in the regular season, so they need to do that in this playoff game tonight in Philadelphia. I know it's going to be a rough crowd there against your enemies in your enemy territory, but the Penguins need to come out strong tonight. They need to have a good game by Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Letang, and company. Letang needs to play a lot better. Letang is starting to show his age. He needs to play better too. They need to do better in power play. They went 0 for 5, I think, on the power play on Tuesday night, and that wasn't good. Or Monday night, excuse me, but that wasn't good. They need to do a lot better on that. I mean, that's how you win games. When you have a man advantage, you need to score. You need to stop looking so cute and stop passing the puck so much. They need to stop passing the puck all the time on the freaking power play and just shoot at the net. I keep screaming at the TV to shoot at the net, and they never listen. They always pass the puck. For some reason, pass a lot and never get that many shots on net. They need to just keep on shooting at will and shooting at will. You never know. Maybe one of these lucky shots will go in. I mean, Boston had a shot go in last night from the red line I saw on a replay against the Buffalo Sabres. But you never know. You need to keep shooting the puck and get the shots on. I know sometimes you're trying to look for the better pass and try to make sure you can get a good shot. But sometimes you just need to hammer it at the net on the power play, and maybe you can get a goal. I mean, that's not going to help us win a playoff series, regardless if we can come back because our power play is bad. We need to take the advantage on the power play and score. But we had no goals last time, so hopefully they can come out and look hot in the first period and get a goal, on an easy goal on the road. But we'll see. It's going to be a long. Hopefully they win tonight, or it might be a short series. But I don't know. I think Evgeny Malkin scores tonight. I think Sidney Crosby scores. But let's hope they do. Erik Karlsson needs to play a lot better too. He needs to look like the Erik Karlsson like he was in the regular season, like the team MVP. He needs to play a lot better defense and get back in the series. They need a real wake-up call tonight, and they need to play a lot better than they did on Monday night. That was not a good game to watch Monday night at all. But hopefully they play a lot better. I mean, I have faith in them. They have a young catcher, Dan Muse, and I know people who would have thought the Penguins had been in the playoffs because they thought they're in a rebuilding year. So it's still good they made the playoffs, but they need to play a lot better and show up. I mean, they've had chances to do it in the regular season, and they did it in the regular season. They just need to keep doing it in the playoffs. I'm not losing hope yet. I still think the Penguins will win tonight against the Philadelphia Flyers, but we'll see. We need to have a good defense and have good offense too. If we need to finally score and try to put Mets on the puck. I mean, I know the goaltender for Philadelphia played a lot good last game, but maybe they can get a couple past him tonight. They need to start shooting more at him, getting him more traffic, and maybe one might get past him. They need to shoot a lot on net tonight and not have a lot of beauty passes. But I saw they switched the lines up today. They put Letang on the front line. Maybe that might help to switch the lines. And they put Chernikov, number 59, on the bottom line pair with Ben Kendall. So maybe that might help put a spark on those lines, and maybe it helps them score. But we need to get scoring. I mean, we used to have scoring from all our lines in the regular season. Where has that gone? And why are they not looking that good in the playoffs right now? They need to look a lot better in the playoffs. We need to extend the cap and Sidney Crosby to come through for them tonight. But I think the Penguins win. I think they make it a 2-1 series. If we go into Saturday, trying to even up. But we'll see. I'll be ready for my Penguins regardless, because I'm a Penguins fan my whole life. But I hope they play a lot better. They need to get a playoff win and put our fans' mind at ease and finally get back to their winning ways, like they did in the regular season. To get there, I mean, both teams have 89 wins, but the Penguins had a tiebreaker and have home ice. That's bad, at least 2 home games on their ice. I mean, I know the probability is not good for us to come back, but you never know. If we win one tonight, you never know what happens. You never know what happens if we can win one tonight and sneak one past them. We might be able to get one. But they need to play a lot better, like I said. But I'll be watching mostly the hockey game tonight because it's hockey playoffs. I know we have a series right now with Andrew McCutcheon against the Rangers. He didn't play last night. The Pirates lost 5-1 last night, so that's not good. But they might bounce back tonight. They got Ashcraft on the mound, and Braxton Ashcraft has been looking a lot better of late. So maybe he has another good game, but they need to get their offense going too. I mean, I didn't really watch the game last night, but they need to get their offense going. But when it's going to be interesting to see if McCutcheon's in the lineup tonight. I mean, McCutcheon started off the season hot, and a lot of his Pirate fans thought, oh no, if I did let him go too early. But recently, McCutcheon has been not doing so good and been playing a lot less good, and has been slacking off, has been on a slump right now. And Marcell Ozuna has been on a hot streak right now. Who would have thought Marcell Ozuna would have turned around his bat and finally gone on a hot streak? It's about time that our DH is hitting. It'll be interesting to see what happens tonight if McCutcheon plays, if he gets a hit against the Pirates. I mean, we'll see what happens, but we missed McCutcheon up here in Pittsburgh, but Marcell Ozuna is good, and we need offense, and our offense is looking a lot better. Even though right now we're in last place, which is odd. There's a lot of the teams in the Central this year are really good right now. Who would have thought all the teams would be decent? I mean, I know we're in last place, but we're above 500 right now, but some of these other teams are like 13-9 and 13-8, and we're like 13-10 right now, I think. But it's a good season so far. They need to come back. But Pirates haven't lost back-to-back games since a while, I think, since playing the Mets at the beginning of the season. So let's hope they don't do it tonight. Let's hope they can win tonight. But I mean, mostly focus on the Penguins game. I mean, the Penguins need to play a lot better. They need to have their goaltending situation fixed. I mean, not goaltending. They need to have their offense fixed because their offense cannot get any goals last period in the last game. And they need to play a lot better. They need to shoot a lot more on the power play. And they need to look a lot better tonight, or it might be over because it's hard to come back from a 3-0 series lead. I mean, it's been done to come back from a 2-0 series lead, but it's hard to come back from a 3-0 series lead. But the Penguins play tonight at 7 p.m. on TNT. Man. But we'll see. I think the Penguins play better tonight because they're going to have it. they're going to have to play their desperation hockey, and that's when they play good. So I think they play good tonight, and I think they win. I think they win by a score 2-1 or whatever, but we'll see. I just hope they win tonight so they can get back in the series. So Saturday's game is more powerful, because I know we do have NFL draft coming up, and I'll get more into the draft tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's draft spectacular. On Stache's draft day 1 spectacular, we'll talk more about that tomorrow in tomorrow's video. We'll have a whole video dedicated to my NFL draft, who I think is going to draft. If I even do mock draft, we'll do that too. But we'll do all that in tomorrow's video. Today's video is mostly about the Penguins, since it's Penguins game day and they need to wake up. They need to play a lot better. Coach Dan Muse needs to show up and needs to change his lines if they're not working. He needs to think on the fly tonight and make his best decisions as a coach. I mean, he did a pretty good job to get a team that people thought was going to be a bottom feeding team at the bottom and be a bad team. He got them pretty good. He got them pretty decent today. But we'll see. I really hope the Penguins win tonight. They need to play a lot better than they have been, but we'll see what happens. Last night, the Boston Celtics lost to Philadelphia 76ers, and that's tied 1-1 now. We have a couple games off. They need to play a lot better. Defense needs to play better too. But it's okay. It's only tied 1-1. But we'll get another. The Boston Bruins beat the Buffalo Sabres last night. They even had a goal from the red line. That was interesting. Buffalo needs to play a lot better, but that series is tied 1-1 too. The Dallas Stars played a while tonight. I think the Dallas Stars win. I think the Edmonton Oilers beat the Anaheim High Ducks. The Mighty Ducks. The Orlando Magic played tonight. They played the Pistons. I think the Pistons even the series tonight. But it was interesting. The Orlando Magic ended up beating that one. I think the Oklahoma City Thunder take a 2-0 series lead. But I think Evgeny Malkin has a big night for the Penguins tonight. Maybe Erik Karlsson can finally get a playoff goal and get on the goal sheet for the Penguins. But the Penguins are going to need somebody to score too. Other than Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, we're going to need more than one player to score. But I think Sidney Crosby will score tonight. Maybe Brian and Ben Kendall, if you have an open shot tonight, make a better decision. Last time on Game 7 or Game 2, you had a good shot to make it in the net, but you missed. You need to take a lot better chances tonight, and they need to shoot on the net a lot more tonight. But I think the Penguins win. But we'll see. The Lightning won 3-2 last night, and they tied that series at 1-1. The Colorado Avalanche are winning 2-0 against the LA Kings. The Utah Mammoth won a playoff game last night. It's the first time a Utah Mammoth won. The Utah Mammoth used to be the Arizona Coyotes. But now they're the Utah Mammoth because in Arizona with the built them in the stadium, it's nothing happened. Buffalo Sabres lost 2-4 last night, and Boston even that series. But we'll see what happens tonight. On tomorrow's episode, we'll talk a lot about the NFL draft because the draft's in Pittsburgh this year. And I'll be going on Friday to experience what the draft is and what's around town. But we'll talk about that tomorrow's video. We'll experience, and I'll tell you who I think the Steelers should draft. And I'll tell you if I think the Steelers should trade up to an NFL draft to make a splash play for one of these players. But I'll let you know all that in tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's video is going to be dedicated to the NFL draft and probably go over a little bit of what happened in the Penguins game tonight. But thank you for watching Stache Sports.